ever since I've played Paladins, and from the open beta, that was like patch 32, I don't know, something like that, and the closed beta was way before that as well. I can't remember Skye being in the meta, and that's upsetting. Do you know why? Because Skye is purple, and I'm all about purple as Joshino, you know, my art, my channel banner, everything like that. And also, just seeing Maeve come out now as another flanker, another super mobile, super agile flanker, you think, damn, where did Skye go wrong? Why does Skye suck so much? Why, in any sort of higher level game, will you never see a Skye? And there's quite a few reasons, actually. The thing is, the developers know that Skye isn't in the meta and that she is underperforming at the moment. But what they've said is that they're going to wait and see, and the meta will change around the champions that come up next. But the thing is, there's two champions coming up that are the ones that have been mostly teased. One that puts up walls that sounds a bit like a tank. I can't see how putting up walls that Skye can't get over is going to change the meta. And also another one that's just a pistol wielder, like a lawmaker. I'm going to make a video about them soon anyway. But neither of them sound like something that Skye can really take on, or there to be a reason for Skye to exist. This video is going to be quite ranty, to be honest, but let's lay out the reasons why I think Skye sucks. So first of all, like I've said, she has no vertical movement. Everything is horizontal, so she just goes invisible, and she gets a speed boost from that invisibility and can then boost that up by cards. She doesn't have anything that pushes her forwards or pushes her upwards. All it is a run. And although she is invisible, in MOBA games like Dota, when you're invisible, you truly are invisible. The only way you can light somebody up is by putting down a sentry ward and then seeing them as they go past that ward, and that illuminates them. But in Paladins, everybody can illuminate them. They basically have a radius around them, and everybody will light up that Skye if they get close enough. Now you say, well, that Skye just needs to be more sneaky and come from behind. Well, that's fine. Okay, so Skye goes in from behind, gets the kill. She's been spotted. She doesn't have any movement to get away. She's got 1,800 health, so she's quite squishy, and she can't go up anywhere. She can't just jump on top of like a roof or anything like that. She's dead. That Skye, she's gone. She's out of there. Unless the enemy team are completely incompetent, that Skye is dead. Goodbye, Skye. It was nice knowing you. And that's quite important when you're going in and you want to take out, say, one Maldamba who's a healer, and you need to take them out quickly and get out of there because they're doing a lot for their team. But you get them, and then you're like, well, hello, Ruckus. I've seen you there, and you've seen me. You could just kill me and get out of the way now, because I know you're going to. And that's sort of how it pans out, the scenarios in the game. Unless people are completely oblivious and don't notice, then that's what happens. And I think a lot of people are going to be confused, like, but Skye's really overpowered. And like in like the early games when you first start playing, games where you just sort of learn the ropes, the invisibility can mean a lot, because somebody coming from behind is going to be more confusing when you're new to the game and you don't know the map as well, for example. But the thing is, as well, that invisibility having a radius is made worse off because every other champion, or pretty much every other champion, I'm not going to talk about Tara, she sucks as well, but has a movement ability that can chase down their enemies. And chasing down Skye is huge because you're basically, any sort of champion has a movement ability that can mean that they can get close to Skye or go ahead of where Skye's going without Skye being able to get away. And if they get close to Skye, then you can see the Skye and you can kill the Skye. And that Skye, you know, is pretty vulnerable. They've not got amazing damage. They're not exactly a super burst champion. And face-to-face, one-on-one duels, it's not looking good for that Skye. That's part of it, the big chase down. And not only that, but Skye doesn't have a chase down. So you have to be literally in somebody's face and to know that you're going to kill them if you want to go in and get that kill. If you think, well, actually they're going to run away once I open up, once I drop my darts on them, then you're going to have to chase them, and that's a problem for Skye. Like, if you go invisible and you're running faster, then you've used your only chance at maybe getting away if you get into trouble to chase after them, and then you have nothing else really. And also, you don't have a pounce or anything to chase after them. Maybe they can fly away into the air and then just go around a corner that you just can't get to. Like, there's no way to get to it. It just doesn't make any sense. The other thing as well, the smoke bomb that you throw down is something that is a cool idea, that it blocks people's vision, but at the same time, like everything else you have, is very horizontal and it's flat on the ground. You can just go over that smoke bomb, or anyone on any sort of level above that can see on the other side. Like, it's not that big of a deal because it's too flat, it's too horizontal. Like everything else about Skye, it's horizontal, whereas every other champion in the game thinks of this vertical plane and is just generally a lot more movement heavy than you are. And like I said about being able to chase champions, just generally being able to get onto levels above, like an Androxus, an Eevee, a Buck, or a Maeve, any of the other flankers, can get up to any sort of perch or above to flank people, basically by just jumping up there with their movement ability. But you can't do that. You're going to have to walk around the whole map, get to that top spot, and then fire down. And actually, Skye has quite a big drop-off on their damage from above, unlike an Eevee that can fire down with quite some heavy hits. Just generally that time that you take getting around, getting into good positions, and things like that, is time that you aren't hitting the enemy, that you aren't doing damage as well. And it's just, honestly, Skye doesn't have that presence in the game that the other champions do. An Androxus can be in there, get it going crazy, then they get their reversal up, then they get their jump away again, they're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. Skye has to sort of go around the whole map, be very sneaky. Then, oh, I've found a really squishy guy on his own. Kill! Yes, I got the kill. Oh no, somebody's noticed. I've got to run away again. And then just hope that I'm far enough away to stealth so they don't see me and they can't chase me down. And then maybe come back in again and get the kill. And then, oh, then I'm out again. Skye also does have quite a big ultimate that used to be a lot bigger. The problem with the ultimate is twofold. First of all, you can get behind cover and block it, and the payload is part of that cover, which is just generally a big no-no for her ultimate. Secondly, the damage drop-off now means it isn't actually that scary at all. If any champion on the enemy team uses a movement ability, they can pretty much get away from the maximum damage. And that's something that you don't have. You don't have that luxury of getting away from your own bomb. It's a good thing that your own bomb doesn't do damage to you, because you'd be screwed if it did. That's so... it's not a Skye-friendly bomb, so if there is an enemy Skye, then you might actually get them. One thing that is quirky and quite good about Skye is that your right click, your poison bolts, does percentage HP damage, and that means that you're good against taking down tanks. So if an enemy team has 2 tanks, then your right click can do a lot of damage to them. The only problem with having this ability is that it doesn't pay for you to be anywhere near an enemy tank, because once they see you, once they drag you in or they chase you, you're kind of screwed. Like I said, there's no escape. And if they are chasing you, they're faster because they have a movement ability that they can get in front of you. And you don't really have any way to get away. So once you've revealed yourself, you better be sure that you can get the kill, because you're not getting away. And again, that's the problem with Skye. But it is an interesting ability that you do the HP damage. And using that, bursting with your left click is what can take down enemies pretty quickly. But at the same time, you're only probably going to be taking down one champion at a time. You're not some sort of mega lord with your damage. It's like Skye isn't a super damaged champion either. So Skye just doesn't really have a lot going for her, to be honest. And there's nothing really in a kit that makes her super duper. And also, I looked at her talent cards, and there wasn't anything really in there that I thought, well, actually, this is going to give us some great mobility. These are only, teased in the data mining, and they could all be changed. Actually, there might be some more data mining for the next patch, but at the moment, it doesn't look good for Skye. Personally, I don't think it's going to get better for her in the next several patches either, and I think when you have a champion that's been out of the meta for, almost half a year, then maybe you've got to think... maybe this champion needs a little bit of a change, or something about them isn't working in this game. And I think partly it's just that the fact that you have to be very careful with invisibility in shooter games not to go overboard with it. And the thing is, the radius thing is quite needed for the stealth, but Skye needs other things to get her away into that stealth mode. So like a little hop or a jump, or maybe even just giving Skye the double jump Maeve has, just being able to dodge the first few shots before you get into like the range of being able to get invisible might help, or like 2 little forward jumps instead, like a little bunny hop type thing might help Skye out. But just some sort of mobility is really sorely needed on Skye, just to get it into sort of the same level as the other champions. And that's where I feel that she's really let down at the moment, and why I think she does need to be changed, because she just isn't going to be fitting into the meta anytime soon. And she's not a tank killer, because she doesn't do quite enough damage to tanks, and also she's really vulnerable once she has shot at a tank. She's like sticks out as a sore thumb. She's not a high HP champion that can stand around and be happy about firing at a tank and basically poking a bee's nest, because that tank will be taking a lot of damage and they'll be annoyed at you. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Skye anyway, and I do think that she is pretty sucky at the moment, and I think that with a little bit of mobility she could be in a lot of a better place, and I would like that, because Skye is my bae. She's purple. She's the purple bae. She's the Joshino bae, so we need to get Hi-Rez to do something about the purple bae. That's what I'm saying. Purple Bae 2017. That's my Skye Rant video. I just had to put it out there, and I hope you all enjoyed it. So if you did like it, hit the like button. If you thought it was rubbish, hit the dislike if you have to, and subscribe for more of my content. Until next time, everybody, Joshino.